Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. So for today's video, as you can see by the title, I will be doing a declutter. So let's just jump right into this video. Okay, so let's see how fast we can get through bronzers, and if we can get through them fast enough, we'll go through my powders, which I'm keeping most of those, but with these, let's see what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to get rid of. So let's start out with the Charlotte Tilbury Film Bronzing Glow. I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, Film Star Bronzing Glow by Charlotte Tilbury. This is beautiful. I love the highlighter. I love the bronzer, so I'm keeping this. Next, we have the Tarte Pro Glow, which looks like this. It has two blushes, two highlighters, and two bronzers, but I feel like these have become hard pan, and I have had these for a while, so I'm going to declutter this. Then I have this LA Colors Shimmer Bronzer, and I also have the LA Colors Matte Bronzer. I love the matte one. Let me see how shimmery this one is before I decide if I'm going to keep it or not. Oh no. It's definitely not as shimmery as the older formula. It has like a little sheen, if you can see that. It's really pretty. I do like it, so I'm going to keep both of these bronzers. I do like this one a lot. I use this one a lot to contour. And these are the shades. The matte one is in the shade Bronze Beauty, and the shimmer bronzer by LA Colors is in the shade Sun Goddess. And then I have the AOA Studio Perfect Bronzers. I like these. I have this one is in Latte, and then I have this one in Frappe. So one's a little lighter, which I like to use more in the winter. One's a little darker, which doesn't really match me if I'm too tan, but I can use both of these in the winter, so I'm going to keep them both because I do use them often. Then I have the Juvia's Place Bronzed, and this one's in medium. This one is really pretty as well. I use this one often, so I'm going to keep this one. This bronzer by LYS is so good. It is so pigmented. It looks really deep, but it's really not too bad. So like, but it's really pigmented. Like when you put it on your brush, like it doesn't look like it in the swatch, but this is a very pigmented bronzer. I'm definitely keeping this. This is new as well, and I got this one in the shade Courage. And then I have my Milani bronzer, which I think I'm going to declutter. Let me see. Oh no, I've had it a while, but it still has a good amount of pigment, so I'm gonna hold on to this one. My Marc Jacobs bronzer, my Omega in Tantric, and it looks like that. I'm gonna hold on to this one as well. And we have the Pixie by Petra, which looks like this. Oh, I just put a nail in it. I think I'm not too crazy about the eyeshadow portion of this palette. Now these shimmers, like you can use, there's highlighters in here, there are blushes. Over here we have some bronzers, some contours, some highlighting powders, but you know what, I really don't reach for this, and if I can't use the shadows in this, then I don't see a point in keeping it, so I'm going to declutter this one. And then the Cheek Stars by Benefit. I'm going to keep this. This is so pretty. It has a highlighter cookie. It has Sugar Bomb, blush, Dallas blush, Georgia blush, and the Hula bronzer. Keeping. Then I have my NARS Laguna. I have the full size and the mini. Keeping both of these. One for travel. I have this Rad bronzer. So this is a bronzer, and the color is okay. Shimmery one. Barely shows up, but the thing about this bronzer is that I just don't reach for it, so I'm just going to get rid of it. This LA Colors New Glam bronzer is really good. I'm about to hit pan on it, so I'm going to keep this one, and this one is in the shade Siren. And I have this little Charlotte Tilbury. This is their powder, and this one is in Deep 4, and I use this to contour. I haven't used it in a while, but I really use it to bronze up the skin, not so much as contour. So, but I do like this, so I'm going to keep it. The last powder product I have is the Too Faced Chocolate Matte. This is the Chocolate Soleil, and I love this shade. Like, I love this bronzer. I like to contour my nose with it because it's not, as you can see, it's not really dark. so it doesn't really go overboard. It's hard to go overboard with this bronzer when you're contouring your nose. So yeah, I'm going to keep this one. Okay, so now we're going to jump into the cream bronzers. First, I have my Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, and this one is in the shade Mocha. So I do use this often to contour, so I'm going to hold on to this one. Then I have this one by Ace Beauty. These colors are really too deep for me. The only one I can really mess with is that one, and then I can use this one in the summer. So I'm just going to declutter this. And there was nothing amazing about the formula. I mean, it wasn't particularly bad, but I really don't reach for it anymore, so I'm just going to declutter it. Then I have the e.l.f. Cream Contour Palette, which looks like this. I really do like this a lot, but mine's is looking really beat up. I dig into it a lot. I'm going to keep it, but I am going to repurchase a new one. Then I have the Alley-oop, which I've used a few times, especially the bronzer, and honestly, I don't like how this blends out too much. So I think I'm going to declutter this, or maybe just use the blush shade, or maybe let me see what this highlight shade looks like. I don't like the texture of this product at all. I put it right there. I don't like, let me check the blush again. No, see, it's like really rough, and look at that, the pigment. And no, I'm gonna declutter this one by Alley-oop, and this one's in Cocktail Hour. Then I have these two Paw Paw contour sticks. This is from Shop Miss A, keeping both of these. I have one in the shade Sand and the other one in Latte. Then I have these two contour sticks by Wet n Wild. I like both of them. This one's a really lighter shade. Had to give it some medical attention, as you can see, because the lid cracked on me. But these are their Mega Glow contour stick. This one's in the shade Oaks on You, and I really like this shade for fall and winter. And then we have this one, which is in the shade Where's Walnut. And I like this throughout the rest of the year, spring and summer. Or, I mean, this will work for me now too, but I like to use it mostly spring and summer. And then I just picked this one up. This is LA Colors Too Cheeky Matte Bronzer. I'm still playing with this, so I'm going to hold on to this one. This one is in the shade Bronze Babe. And then we have these two contour sticks by LA Colors as well. And I have one in the shade Medium and one in the shade Deep. I've been using these for a while. This is just the new packaging. I want to keep these. I just purchased these, so yeah, keeping them. Then I have this Bobbi Brown foundation, and I have this one in the shade Espresso, and it looks like this. It's pretty deep, and I use this to contour mostly in the summer, but I did test it out like this time of the year, and let me just show you. It does blend out beautifully. So you know, it'll work any time of the year. Holding on to that. Then I have these three e.l.f. putty bronzers. I don't think I'm going to keep all of them. This is my favorite one. This one's in Tan Lines. I'm keeping this one. Then we have these two. And the reason I don't want to get rid of the deepest shade, which is in Sun Kissed, is because I just bought it and I haven't used it. I only swatched it, so I'm going to hold on to it, save it for the summertime. And then this one is in Bronzed Belle. This one works now or summer, so I'm keeping this one as well. I really like the putty bronzers. They are really easy to blend out, and they, you know, it's really hard to mess up with them. Then I have the dual-ended contour stick by Wet n Wild, keeping this, and this one is in Medium Tan. Also by Believe Beauty, I have their dual-ended contour stick. This one's in Medium, keeping. Just in case I want to do like a full face of Believe Beauty. So then I have the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand. I really don't know what to do with this. It's so messy, but I do like it, the formula. So yeah, I'll hold on to this. Let's just reorganize these bronzers in here quickly. Okay, so these are all the bronzers I'm keeping. And I got rid of 5. Okay, so now we're going to jump into some powders quickly. I really don't plan on getting rid of any of these. I really have to look and see as I go through them if I'm going to get rid of anything, but I'm just going to show you the collection I have at the moment. Starting with this Urban Decay powder. This is a powder foundation. This one's in the shade 50 WY. This is the Stay Naked, the Fix. And it looks like this. Keeping this. I really do like this powder foundation. It has good coverage. Keeping this. Then I have the Huda Beauty powder. This is so good. I love this powder so much. I have mine in the shade Banana Bread. Keeping. Then I have the One Size powder. Also keeping this one. I have this one in the shade Translucent. Over here I have the Bare Minerals Original powder. This one, this is their powder foundation in the shade Medium Beige, which is my shade in their products. So I'm holding on to this one. I haven't used it in a while, but I'm gonna try to make it a point to use it. If I don't use it soon, I'll get rid of it. I did get rid of it. I did declutter the larger size of this, so let's see how I do. Next we have this NARS powder. This one is their Translucent Crystal powder. It's their light reflecting setting powder. So I really like this powder because of how finely milled it is. It does have a little shimmer to it, but I do like it, so I'm going to keep this too. Then we have the Believe Beauty powder. This is their Matte Blur Loose powder in Translucent. Keeping this. I'm not going to keep saying keeping this because I probably won't get rid of any, so if I get rid of any, I'll just let you know. Over here I have the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop setting powder, and this one is in the shade Medium. Then I have the Maybelline Fit Me in 220 Natural Beige. I use this to set under the eyes. The LA Colors setting powder. This is the matte. This one mattifies and sets makeup, and I really do like this. I use this one all over the face. And then these two by Be Pure. I don't want to get rid of any, even though I use this one. I don't want to declutter it. I'd rather finish this one and then use this one, so I'm going to keep both of them. This is their infused pressed face powder, so yes. Then we have the Essentially Ageless Blurring Pressed Powder with hyaluronic acid and vitamin C. I just used this one in a video. It was okay, but I don't see myself using it again, so I'm going to declutter this. This Hard Candy Translucent Loose Powder I've kept for so long, the Sheer Envy. It doesn't really do much for my skin, but the reason I kept it so long was because I purchased this in Dollar Tree, and I wanted to use it for a Dollar Tree video, which I've already done in the past, so I'm going to finally let this one go. And then I have the Milani Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Powder. I love this powder so much. Now this is the translucent shade. Keep in mind when purchasing this product that translucent is a little deeper than your traditional translucent. Then I have the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. Love this. And I have a backup, and I have mine in the shade Medium. I have the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation Powder, keeping this, and I have this one in the shade, not sure, it's not even on here. Is it? Oh yeah, in the shade 230 Sand Sable, I believe it says. Then I love this Essence Brighten Up Powder. I have this one. I hit pan, like big time pan on, so I'm about to be done with this one, and then I'll jump into this one. This Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Setting Powder is my favorite in the drugstore. Then I have these two by AOA Studio. I have the Perfect Setting Powder, and I have the Puff and Set. I want to play around with this one some more. I like this one, so I'm keeping both of them. This is something that absorbs oil that I got from Dollar Tree, and this came, the brand was Be Pure. The logo's nowhere on here, but I really haven't tried it yet to tell you how I feel about it, but I'm really intrigued by it, and it's rewashable and everything. So you just use it to blot your powder, and yeah, you can wash it when you're done with it. I have the MAC Studio Fix, and I'm in the shade NW33. This Wet n Wild Bare Focus Clarifying Finishing Powder. This is pretty good to help mattify the skin as well when you're done on your makeup, setting and all that, and you add this finishing powder. This is another step for mattifying for me. I do like this powder, so I'm keeping it. This is a Tarte Shape Tape Setting Powder. This is a mini. I'm keeping this one. Then I have the Anastasia Loose Setting Powder in Translucent. I do like this. It's mattifying. All my powders need to be mattifying or I'm not going to care for them. This is the Laura Mercier finishing powder. Now this is good as well to mattify after you're done setting and all that. Just adding a dusting of this finishing powder. Make everything look seamless, beautiful, and matte. And then we have the original formula of the Laura Mercier in translucent. I love this powder. This is beautiful. It's mattifying. I mean, there's so many good things I could say about it, but right now all I'm going to say is this is my top. This, the Huda, and the One Size are my top for the high end. I love them so much. All right, so now let me just put these away. Now, before I put them away, I wanted to see if I can separate them by like high-end drugstore or like under eye brightening powders. I can put maybe like right here. Okay. Yeah, so let me just do this and I'll be right back. Okay, so here are all my powders. I use this little container this time just to separate them, and I put all the pressed powders on the sides. I like the way this looks. And then for powders, I decluttered too, as you saw. Okay, my beauties, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and you want to see more like this. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.